Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
When are the locks starting? When are Bart's
Well, it
locks?
sounds like he just has one right there.
Chuck,
Yes.
very last page of the notes. Go to the very last page of the notes.
I never
today.
get that for
You never.
Yeah, well, that's true.
I know. This has been in here for 6 months.
Where is it?
Okay, it's at the very last page.
Gosh, dang, how many
It's under-
pages are
yeah,
there?
Okay, you see the very last line? You got
Clemson
it
minus
right
3.
there. What's the very last?
Bart's locks.
He's still got his record.
He's still
in
got
there.
his record from
The
last year.
Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this much.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
Driving my son to school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Bo
There we
show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
As a sports fan, is it too much to ask that there be a football game on every night? Edward and I were just discussing this as the moments, in the moments before we came on the air. It's like it's 7 o'clock last night. You kick back, you want to watch a little television, and there's no ball game anywhere. I mean, you can't find a ball game to watch. There's no football. I know the MAC has their Tuesday night thing, and I think that should be a season-long deal.
Yeah, when does that
Edward,
start?
well, I don't know, but Edward was reduced to watching Dancing with the Stars,
Soon.
and I've been there, and
was
it's not a good feeling.
Reduced to. I mean, listen.
No,
A little culture ad.
Did I get it right?
well, we're not reducing anything. We're not being subjected
That's
to
not what
anything.
you said a while ago.
No. You've got it all wrong.
Okay,
I played on my phone while my wife watched Dancing with
I
the
got
Stars.
you. Oh, you're the
And there's no sports to watch on the phone screen.
okay.
So I was just like, what do we do?
You are living the life of many men.
We were in bed about 8:30.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
My point
I think
is,
you
if
sent
there
me-
was a ball game on, none of that would have
I think
happened.
you sent me an email around that time.
Oh yeah,
I think he was cleaning up some, just some,
snuck off to the office to send Bo a new spot.
I mean,
Got a little work done.
you know,
Yep.
that's when you just
Start-
get your laptop out and what, Bart? What were you
I
going to
was
say
just
about
gonna
married
say-
life?
No, I wasn't gonna. That was not gonna be a comment. I was answering Chuck's question.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Starting October 8th, which is a Wednesday.
Okay.
We will have football every night of the week through the end of the college football season.
Now that's the country I love right there.
That's what you've been waiting
That's
on.
right.
You knew you loved
8th.
October.
I do.
You knew. You thought it was Halloween.
I know. That's right. No, it's the constant football. But seriously, there was no game on last night. There was nothing to watch.
I had to pop into the mall the other day for something. I think it was with my daughter. And I don't know why. I was just wondering why I would go to the mall.
I haven't
and
been there in a while.
well, it's still there. And there's like a Halloween store, an entire Halloween store.
Spirit Halloween.
Yeah, something.
Oh, yeah.
And I just thought, man, that's here. Of course, don't venture into Hobby Lobby or you run into Christmas in July.
Don't go to Sam's Club and it's Christmas as soon as you walk in.
Do they have trees out already?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, already.
Yeah.
Giant lawn light up displays.
I've been at Sam's Club a couple of times in the last month. I didn't see that, but I could have had my head down,
is recent.
oblivious.
Yeah, this was this past weekend.
The thing about Sam's Club is they need to start handing out driver's license for carts. Like there's a massive traffic jam.
There is.
People don't know how
No,
to
you're
navigate.
right. People-
the carts
people just-
are too much for the people.
People just like stop and linger in the middle of the walkway too, like all the time.
They visit.
They
They're in
just
thought.
stop.
I
Yeah,
gotcha.
they just don't know where to go.
I
They just
know.
don't know what they're doing.
Or they're looking at their list.
That's
Yeah.
me. That's me. I keep my eyes on the the signs up there that tell you what's on the aisle.
Yeah.
I keep my eyes.
You
peeled
seem
for
to
that.
me like, are you the guy that's in and out as fast as possible,
Absolutely.
or are you going shopping?
I forget
Like,
things
you're gonna
every time.
browse.
There's never a single time I go to the store that there's not something that's forgotten in my haste to get out of there. Yeah, I get in, get out.
But speaking of forgetting things, have we forgotten what Arkansas was last year and what they look like this year?
Well, maybe in the immediate aftermath of the game, a lot of people, said same old thing. But, I mean, when you really look at it, if you really examine it, and I guess that's what we're going to do today, there's I mean, there's reason to believe that they're going to win a game or two this year that they didn't win last year.
Oh, stop it, Chuck. You guys just say that stuff.
Well, I know.
You just get me all excited.
Yeah, I know.
And
Were we popular on social media the last day or two?
I have no idea. I kind of quit that. I realized, I ran into Hunter in the parking lot yesterday.
At the mall?
At the mall. at
Halloween?
The Halloween store.
Halloween store.
Hunter was getting Halloween stuff. And, he's getting ready for his big trick-or-treat excursion. And, I ran into him on campus. And, I said to him, it was a brief conversation. I think he's going to be on the show next week, going into the Notre Dame game. But I said to him, it's interesting. I said, what kind of reaction are you getting from your comments at the Touchdown Club? And he said, I don't look anymore at all on social media. I don't even look. He's got staff that does that and tells him if something needs to be addressed.
That's right.
But they're better at weeding it out than the individual that is being attacked.
Right.
And I said, I've kind of done similar things, but it was interesting to me on Monday after the game, the amount of positive calls that we got. We got a lot of positive reactions to the game. I mean, there were some concerns, but I mean, more than 90% of the people that phoned in and the people that I run into are like, man, I was kind of proud of their effort. Like they look, obviously they got some things to clean up on defense, but people that watch football also understand that there's a lot of points being scored in today's game. And Lane Kiffin was on the other sideline. And if you were going to pick a coordinator or a head coach that was an offensive guy and it wasn't Petrino, that would probably be the first guy Hog fans would pick.
He's really good. I mean, he's really good. And, people forget at what a young age he started doing this. I mean, and not just, as a gopher. I mean,
like
he
in
was
his 20s.
he was a decision maker at a very early age.
Coach of the Raiders at like 30.
Couple of things that I've noticed, when you look at the numbers and I said a minute ago, this is one of the reasons I think Arkansas will, before it's over this year, win a game or two that they didn't win a year ago. Case in point, the offensive line. Last year when Arkansas played Ole Miss, I know Ole Miss scored 63 points, but last year Arkansas gave up 8 sacks in that game. I mean, Ole Miss's defense just lived in the Arkansas backfield. They didn't allow any this past weekend. They're 13 for 13 in the red zone. I mean, touchdowns. Only Oregon's better. And that's not the only example, but those are a couple of things that come to mind. And that's why I do think down the road there's going to be a win or two that we didn't get a year ago. I think about the A&M game down there in Dallas last year. Ole Miss last year had a great defensive line. A&M had a great defensive line. And, I mean, they chased Taylor Green all over the place. And when you get a quarterback off time, that's when you throw picks. When you get a quarterback, being drilled from the blind side, that's when you lose the football, and we've seen that happen. We saw it happen last year. None of that's happening right now. So I think as difficult as it is, you got to give Ole Miss some credit. I mean, that's hard to do. You got to give Lane Kiffin some credit. And but I also, again, believe that when you look at what's ahead, as difficult as it is, I point to that 3-game stretch at home, and I look at those teams in that stretch, and a couple of them Arkansas struggled to beat. I think those are winnable games this year. I don't know. We'll find out about it, some of the others when we get to November. I don't know. But I think that stretch in October is doable. But you got to take care of business this week, and you got to beat Memphis. And we'll see if they're able to do that. I think they will.
Well, yeah. I'll be surprised if not. Memphis doesn't seem to have the same caliber of players that Arkansas has. Arkansas may not have the depth of caliber of players in this league, which sometimes becomes a problem. And I didn't mean to sound like a second ago that they're not struggling on defense, because they do have some issues. I did find it interesting.
Can't gloss that over.
To read some media reports that had the secondary with a failing grade and the defensive line with a C or a C+. I'm like, what are you talking about? Listen, every secondary in the country is going to struggle if you don't ever get pressure on the quarterback, or you can't contain the quarterback in the pocket, or you can't stop the run. I mean, you can't cover guys all day.
No. Those were the conversations. When I talked to people yesterday, I had 2 or 3 conversations with just, fans around the state, people I know. That's what all of them said. There's not a secondary out there that can cover all day if you don't at least put a little bit of pressure on that quarterback.
And it's really hard to cover down in the red zone, in the short red zone, when they can operate an illegal pick.
Yeah.
I mean, when you run a pick play and it doesn't get called,
Yeah.
I mean, that is designed to work every single time for a reason. The same way a pick works in basketball when executed well. Somebody's wide open.
Offenses call it a rub, and I get that. It's not a full-blown, they're not going low and flipping the guy. But in a situation like that, all you've got to have is a little rub.
Yeah.
I mean, all you've got to do is just slightly alter a guy's.
And credit to Ole Miss for executing it well. I mean,
Look,
the league
we've
offense
done it
might
too.
look
Lots
at-
of teams do it. Everybody does it.
But look, here's the thing. Talen's gonna throw some picks. There'll be some moments this year where it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that just happened. Guys are out there trying to make plays. Jaylen Brown fumbled trying to make a play. You can't, again, if you want to roll 1-score losses of Sam Pittman's entire career here, where in most of those games he was an underdog, an overwhelming majority of those games they were an underdog. So to me, you credit the underdog for keeping it within a score. I mean, his against the spread numbers, I think, have been pretty good, but nobody really cares about that. They care about winning. But if you want to use those 1-score losses, to me, the only accurate or fair way to use that right now is if you're trying to make the point that the coach is not doing enough to win the games, like that he has this continual issue that keeps Arkansas from winning games. Otherwise, why would you roll that into what happened against Ole Miss? We can all sit around and talk about whether you should have kicked the field goal or gone for it on the first possession of the game. Whatever. I mean, that's across the board. Coaches making that decision.
Well, that's with the
every
benefit
day.
of hindsight.
That's 100%. Yeah. Do you go for it on 4th down? It's the biggest second guess thing in football. But he gave his team a chance to win the game. I mean, and your 2 field goals and a fumble, and for all the things said about the defense, they did exactly what you hoped the defense would do in the second half, and they gave the offense the ball with a chance to go take the lead. And we were all thinking the same thing. They're going to score. How much time is going to be left on the clock? And is Ole Miss going to drive it down and kick a game-winning field goal?
Arkansas did plenty to win the game, and they did enough to lose the game. And that's what we've seen before. There's going to be a game. There's going to be a game. And I believe that it is, it's going to bounce the other way.
I think we're going to be in a bunch of these games.
Oh, I think they're going to be in every one of them pretty much.
Well, what I mean is I think we're going to see games like we saw against Ole Miss outside of this Memphis game, maybe the rest of the season. There are going to be every game will likely, with rare exception, will likely come down to the final 4 or 5 minutes of the game.
If I was to guess, I suspect the rest of the way, there's going to be one game where they perform above and beyond and they blow somebody out. I think there will probably be a game where they stink it up. But the vast majority of them, as you say, all those in between, are probably going to be 7, 10-point ball games. I don't see anybody out there on the schedule that, number one, I think Arkansas is just appreciably better than they are. And I'm talking about conference teams. But by the same token, I don't look at anybody and say that team could blow the Razorbacks off the field. There's not an Alabama out there. There's not a great Georgia team out there. LSU may be that team, but I don't know that they are yet.
Bart's in the situation room with his hand up.
Just to your point, to add to the conversation, at Arkansas, Sam Pittman now 20-11 against the spread as an underdog. That, by definition, means you are going to be in a lot of close games right? You are covering the spread as an underdog. You're going to be in close games. You're going to have chances to win. They're not all going to go your way, which is what we've obviously seen. Again, you're not favored to win, but the fact that you're giving yourself a chance in all these games is something to keep an eye on as the season progresses. To your point, they're going to be in a lot of games like this.
You got to win one of them. You got to win one of them to believe you can. And
That's what we talked about all last week.
That's, I mean, you've got to find a way to win one of these games. And
This team expects to win that game on Saturday.
oh, I think
The
so.
way they
Well,
handled
sure
it
they
coming
did.
out of
Well,
it,
sure they did.
and nobody wants to do it worse than they do. I love the mentality that I've seen from this team. You know, we haven't even gotten the eggs or bacon on yet, and we're just deep into it already this morning. I mean, first cup of coffee, and we're just getting started.
Well, I mean,
we
you know.
gotta take a break.
We do.
We're gonna have to turn the grill on, and when are you bringing that Blackstone in and making breakfast for us? You've made promises, Bart.
Well, it's a little big to actually bring in the studio.
We got
we
a
need to get-
spot
We'd
in
have
the
to get like
parking
a
lot.
We have to
smaller
get a
portable one.
mini one.
You know, I
yeah.
think
There's
that,
a big parking
that
lot.
balcony right there or that balcony right
Yeah.
out there on my side. Either one will work.
Yeah.
Like,
Chuck's
we
got a point with the parking lot. Yeah.
I mean, you know how Bo stands up there and tosses grapes down to the people at the car wash. I mean, there's plenty of open air there.
That's a good idea. What about this random vehicle we have in the parking lot?
I
again
wondered
today?
about that.
That was concerning when I
Yeah.
pulled in this morning.
That is always a little. Are you packing? Or are you concealed
No.
carry? You should consider.
Well,
I mean, he's the first one here.
it's a discussion for another time.
It's a dark parking lot. I mean, who
But
knows?
it is
Maybe
concerning
just-
when I pull in and there's an
Maybe
unidentified
just a,
vehicle.
Maybe just a knife hanging on the belt, like in a sheath, like just.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because, like, you
A
could be
sheath
walking
blade.
in from over there in their
Oh,
little
yeah.
cove
Yeah,
where
deer
you
knife.
park, and if the door to that car were to open, I mean, you would be, you'd be in no man's land right there.
Did you see Kiffin
run,
put the sword away?
sprint.
Did you see Kiffin put the sword away after they won the game?
No, I didn't
His
notice that. He's a warrior, isn't
in
he?
his act, he did the deal and
Oh,
shoved
yeah.
the sword.
That's
in.
what like defensive backs do, right?
I didn't see that.
I always thought it looked like they were like buckling a seatbelt with two hands.
I think you'd be good with a sword. Maybe just get a sword.
Perhaps. That'd be pretty
You pull
cool.
up. There's a random car in the
Maybe.
parking lot. You got a sword. I mean, if I was
intimidating.
If I was waiting to
Yeah.
jump you,
I'd
and
get
I
back
saw
in my
you,
car.
just I'm looking at it from my perspective. If I'm sitting there waiting to jump you and you've got a sword, I'm probably
Maybe
I'm
like
probably
a back sheath.
Yeah, I'm probably.
I'm probably out.
I would just
out on that
walk. I'd get
situation.
out of the car with it in your hand.
Oh, okay.
You know, have it out, and then
Just
you get
in case.
inside. You can put it
Yeah.
away.
All right.
They don't want to see it like dangling around here. put it,
In case they've got,
put it in your locker.
like
Yeah.
a gun or something.
When we get the lockers
Yeah,
in.
we're gonna get a lot. We're getting lockers because Chuck needs a locker.
I do need.
We
a
need
locker.
certain things for Chuck to stay here, and they do, but they're piled up on that little table.
See, if I had a locker, everything would be. It would be neat and tidy.
Yeah.
Which I love it that way.
Oh, it's 6:20. Unfortunately, I want to just keep going. I got so much to get into.
I know.
I mean, Dabo has lost his mind.
Yeah.
The pressure.
Oh, my God.
The pressure in college football is immense.
Yeah, it really
It's going to
is.
be on display next. This is not interesting. It's just interesting to us.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like Walk-Ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home. The two best guys in mediocre sports radio.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
One thing, but listen, what a great show. The best sports show in the state is, no doubt, the Chuck and Bo Show. No doubt about it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
So do they want Dabo to hit the road at Clemson?
Apparently so.
No, they don't. Listen, we're going to play this.
I think some
But
do.
you're hearing, well, yeah. I mean, but not the majority.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
I don't know.
Okay.
I like Dabo. Don't get me wrong.
Well,
I'm not advocating
I like
for
Dabo,
that.
too. I know Dabo. I've spent time with Dabo. But Dabo has gotten out of his lane. And I'm talking about outside the Dabo lane. Like
Being 1 and 2 will do that to you.
Well, yeah. But the pressure of winning and what we've become will do that to a lot of us in a lot of areas, but especially at that position in college football. But when you listen to all the adoration and all the praise for so long, and it becomes part of your, what fills you up every day, I'm talking about any of us, and then it goes away, ooh, that's tough. And I think that's what Dabo is experiencing as we listen to him lose his mind in this news conference.
If they want me gone, if they tired of winning, they can send me on their way, because that's all we've done is win. So if they tired of winning, we've won this league 8 out of the last 10 years. Is that not good? I'm just asking. Is that good? I don't know if that's good or not. To win your league 8 out of 10 years, to go to the playoffs 7 out of 10 years, to be in 4 national championships, win it twice. Yeah, we're a little down right now. Take your shots, but I got a long memory, in case y'all don't know. We'll be all right. We'll bounce back. This is a program built to last. Always has been. Always will be. And I would just say if you give up on us if you don't believe in us because we've lost 2 games down to the last straight and you didn't believe in us anyway. So it don't matter. You wasn't all in anyway. If you're all in, you burn the ships, man. There ain't no exit strategy. Like, you're freaking all in. And hey, listen, I mean, if Clemson's tired of winning, they send me on my way, but I'm going to go somewhere else and coach. I ain't going to the beach. Hell, I'm 55. I got a long way to go. Y'all going to have to deal with me for a while. I got a long way to go. I'm just getting going. I'm just now good enough to be a head coach.
There's so much there.
It's not a great coach's rant unless he drops his age.
There's so much there. By the way, happy birthday to Dabo. He's 55 today.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
He's a man.
He's 55. He's just now. What did he say about being a head coach? Just now what? Let's listen.
Just now.
I'm just now good enough to be a head coach.
I'm just now good enough to be a head coach.
What a ridiculous thing to say.
Here's the thing. Dabo built the monster. He created the monster.
He did.
And they are still very, very good. Excellent in terms of winning and losing. I mean, when he talks about winning 8 out of 10 conference championships, not many can do that. Unfortunately, he had a run there that went way beyond ACC championships. And that's the monster that he created.
What Clemson had been.
That's right. Way beyond what they had been, except, back when they kind of bent the rules here and there. But, it's one of those things where people believe it's going to last forever. It happened here, 30 years ago. We thought it was going to last forever.
Basketball?
Yeah. We thought it was never going to end. And then it ended, just like all things end. And
just like the USC Pete Carroll
days
ended.
Yes.
Just like the Nick Saban Alabama days ended.
That's right. All good runs eventually end. And
Georgia's another one.
That's right. But you think it's going to last forever. And when it doesn't, when you're unable to do something nobody in the history of mankind's been able to do, when you're not able to do it, somebody's got to be blamed for it. And I feel sympathy in many respects for Dabo, because nobody will ever do at Clemson what Dabo's done. But when you lose the confidence of a large portion of your fan base, it's hard to get it back. It doesn't mean you can't. It just means in Dabo's case, he's got to win a national championship, and I just don't know if they're going to be able to do that.
Just for some perspective, they've lost 4 straight games to non-ACC Power 4 teams.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, the ACC's been pitiful as a conference.
Some of that's a product of their league.
Right. That league has been pitiful as a conference.
What I'm watching.
My point is, it's not like he's lost 12 in a row out of conference or anything,
Look, Clemson's not as good as they were a few years ago.
They aren't.
Okay.
They aren't.
What? And everybody knows that, including Dabo. And this is what's interesting about that's true. Like, I think Ty pointed that out. My son pointed out, well, Dad, they haven't been good since Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a generation quarterback.
They've been trying to make Klubnik a quarterback for, as we've said, 4 years.
Since
and then
DJ, I'm going to throw an interception today.
DJU did not work out.
Ukulele.
Well, I'm glad I was not their guy back then.
Ukulele with a peck.
That guy went in the portal like 5 straight years, and every year play-by-play guys were like, please don't come
Please
here.
don't pick us.
Please don't pick us.
Please don't pick us. I'm just watching that. My personal interest in this, my human interest in this, is Dabo. Just be you, man. Go back.
He was being him there.
Maybe, but I mean, just like he's just
a fighter.
talking.
He's
talking like this is like a kid talking at the beginning of this.
If they want me gone, if they tired of winning, they can send me on their way, because that's all we've done is win. So if they tired of winning, we've won this league 8 out of the last 10 years. Is that not good? I'm just asking. Is that good? I don't know if that's good or not.
I don't like that.
That's
the type of
that's just
that's
like
talking down
so,
to everybody.
Well, it's so beneath who he has projected himself to be in previous years.
Projected is the key word.
I'm just saying. Like, when I heard that, I'm like, bro, you were losing it. And part of me feels bad for people that are like in that position. I think we've all been there. We've all been there where we get flustered, frustrated, angry. And it's just like we're watching a full-on meltdown in front of anybody who wants to. Oh, no, is that good? Is that, I was asking. What are you talking about? All right, we got to hit another break. 6:31, it's the Chuck and Bo Show. More to come. This is, wow, it's an exciting Wednesday. Sam Pittman live tonight.
Yes.
At the Catfish Hole.
Yes.
Yes.
7 o'clock.
Yes. You know, see, this is what the Chuck and Bo Show is. You just show up and have coffee with you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweat No Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to sweatgnomecosmetic.com and click on the Sweat Gnome Edge.
Are your gutters ready for fall? Leaves are coming, and that means it's time to protect your home. At Hogtroff Gutters, they install high-quality leaf guards that actually work. Don't waste money on the cheap guards from big box stores that clog up, and don't get stuck paying triple the price with those big national companies. With Hogtroff, you get the best of both worlds: professional installation, premium aluminum, and stainless steel guards, as well as a 20-year warranty. Give them a call today to schedule your free inspection, or visit hoggutters.com.
Today's been it's been a strange day.
Yeah, we've had some struggles here and there. Let's just be blunt. Can we be blunt?
Well, it's 50-50 at best.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You think you're on anybody's like pickup list at school?
No.
Chuck Barrett able to pick up my kid.
No, that I doubt that.
I'm gonna write you in.
All right, good.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
We've had kind of a monumental moment here on the program this morning. Our dedicated listener, David, has
David and Cersei
very nicely, very graciously offered to buy us breakfast and has, in fact, cash apped the money to Bart, who's about to go get us breakfast.
Yeah, thanks, David. Thanks, Bart.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we didn't really talk about the Bart going part.
David, he didn't talk about how much, or anything like that. And he cash apped an amount of money that would buy us breakfast pretty much for the rest of the week.
Yeah, it's Wednesday. It would.
And fund my daughter's trip to Starbucks one morning on the way to school.
That's right.
I mean, this is a healthy amount, but it got us to thinking. Like we want to feel connected to our listeners. And
the best way to do that is by sending us breakfast.
That's right.
and
nothing says connection like breakfast.
And what we're thinking is that maybe we could just do, like KLRC, they'll honor a teacher every week or something, and it'd be like, Lexi Smith is our teacher of the week in Gravette. And Lexi's got the biggest heart, and she's great. And we're going to send her a $50 gift card to Marketplace in Springdale.
Wow.
And I think we should flip that, and we should say, you buy us breakfast, and we'll talk about what a great listener we are. Today's show is underwritten by David and Cersei, who bought us breakfast.
Underwritten. Sounds like NPR.
That's right.
Yeah, we're underwritten.
And this is getting strangely close to Righteous Gemstones.
Life got you feeling down. Baby Billy's Health Elixir will lift you up.
We just want
heal
breakfast.
The spirit to heal the body.
Colds, flus, streps, even COVIDs. Every disease cured with ease by this blessed formula based on ancient scripture. You just drink this tasty coconut silkiness every morning, and that's it. Done. $100 for a 1 month jug.
Bart knows
Additional jugs, only $65 a pop. And I make nothing. Zero. Zilch. By the time I pay all my scientists, all my people in my research department, lab coats, it's a wash. Well, why you do it then, baby Billy? Well, because I'm selfless.
That's what
And I want
David
to heal as many people as the dear Lord lets me.
There you go.
Baby
I was
Billy's
thinking,
Health Elixir, a miracle in a bottle. Not approved by the FDA.
I was just thinking about a GoFundMe page, man. Maybe we need to do
So on the Chuck and Bo
breakfast
Facebook page, please go and like the page, even if you don't, and then make a donation.
Yeah, we'll just keep it running. Breakfast
This
account.
is the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
The Breakfast Club.
It's the Breakfast Club. Yeah. And, anything left over, we'll save it. And then when we all get together, when we have a big, like a 2-year anniversary or whatever, a breakfast party, or we're at Big Creek on
We'll buy
Tuesday,
breakfast for everybody.
David has texted in.
We'll add, what did he say?
He said, I felt more comfortable thinking Edward would be handling the money.
Yeah, well.
That's fair. But
He's worried Bart's going to take like $30 out of it and place a couple of bets.
Yeah, that'd be funny if
Bart's going to gamble it
David
away.
texts in and says, I sent 100. What do you mean I sent?
Listen, I gotta come to Bart's defense on this. The Bart that you hear on the radio is a genuine Bart. That is a Bart. But the Bart that I know and love is the one that you can trust your life with.
That's right.
And that's the truth.
I'll back
and
you
I'm
up
being
on
real
that.
about that.
Thank you.
And God,
How
I
about
hope
my
I
life?
sure
I don't know
hope
about my
I
life.
sure hope I can because
I
he's
would
got
trust
mine
him.
in the palm of his hand over there.
I'd trust him with
I mean,
$70.
Bart could Bart could pretty much have a good shot at ruining me in about 30 seconds. He could shut down my whole IT world. I would, change all my passwords. I'd be, he could steal my identity.
He really could. I mean, he could.
We're not going to do that.
Oh,
We're
man.
not going to do
What
that.
are we going to have?
I don't know. What should we
Well,
get?
we couldn't figure it out in the break. Too many options. David sent so much money, we could all go to First Watch and drink. And
I was
eat.
thinking First Watch DoorDash, but
Do they DoorDash mimosas?
I don't know.
Walking across the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got Buttered Biscuit, First Watch, Rick's Bakery, Cronuts, And that's the recruiting radius around our campus here.
That's right.
There are a couple fast food options as well.
Yeah, we're not. No, David did not send in.
That's if
you
we're
want
fine.
to go to where the
stack
adventure
of
begins.
cash. We're not going to come and go.
Maverick,
sorry.
Get it right.
Yeah,
Those breakfast burritos
Apologize.
from Maverick.
Yeah, I think Rick's Bakery is the play here.
Okay.
I do. Yeah, let's eat, and then let's make a decision, and let's eat, and then we can get ready for this Memphis game.
Okay.
And
sounds good.
here's the topic of the day. If you're just joining us, good morning. Glad you're here at 6:42. The topic of the day, at least for a while, is this the same old Arkansas that couldn't find a way to win at Ole Miss, or is this a different team? Now, they lost that game, but do you just roll that game into the tab of all the other we almost always almost win? Or is this different? And by the way, there's going to be a lot of one-score opportunities this year.
There's going to be plenty of chances to win or lose more one-score games.
Yeah.
You're right.
But that's the league, man.
That's right.
Listen, we underestimate the competition that is happening at the highest level of college football. And when I say highest level, I'm just talking Power 4 conferences. Every school, every administration, with rare exception, every coach is trying their guts out in the offseason to do something better than they did the year before. That's the competition element. And guess what? Every fan base, with rare exception, is pissed off that their team is not better.
That's right.
That is college football.
That's right. I mean, it is. And just look at the quality of coaching in our league. Look at the guys who've spent time in the NFL. Look at the guys who've been NFL head coaches. Look at the guys who've coached in the college football playoff, coached for a national championship. And I'm not just talking about the head coaches. There are assistant coaches who have coached and prepared for some of the biggest games in the sport. And now the players are like that too. And that's why that a team like Clemson and a coach like Dabo has great success in their league. But they get outside the league and it's a different deal. Not always, but, you start adding it up at the end and the SEC is, generally speaking, going to be better.
Here's a question just to ponder as we go to break and Bart figures out our breakfast order. And a big thanks to David and Cersei.
Yeah.
David, from the bottom of our hearts, honestly.
It really is very nice.
Not only is that kind, you've been kind since day one. And you're the kind of person that makes us want to do the show. There are some other people who text and make us not want to do the show. But not you, David. Let me ask this question to ponder over breakfast. Who in this league is worse than they were a year ago?
That's a good question.
Just think about it. It's 6:45. Good morning. Chuck has thoughts. I want to have some coffee and let you guys roll for a while. This is going to be good.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Alyssa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
Football season's here, and Flight by Yuengling is the light beer built for game days. Tastes like a Yuengling, but it's a light beer, and only 95 calories. Flight raises the bar for what a light beer should be, and now it comes in a 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle and skinny cans. Perfect for tailgates, watch parties, or just kicking back after the game. Pick it up at your favorite store or ask your bartender. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag, still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit gopaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal price check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
WT Equipment is overstocked on new Bobcat equipment. The lots are packed and ready to move with special fall deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built for any job. Take your pick from compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more, all backed by WT Equipment's trusted service and support. And don't forget, WT Equipment's Fall on the Lot community event is Saturday, October 4th from 12 to 4 p.m. Food, games, prizes, and family fun only at WT Equipment.
I don't need Chat GTP. I've got Chuck GTP.
Amen. The Chuck and Bo Show.
Bart's over there fact-checking. Kind of ruined.
Just ruined the whole day for me. Has everything I've said on this show been fact-checked?
This would not have happened. This would not have happened.
Have you gone home and fact-checked everything I've said?
No.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Puts you on your toes, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, he does. He really does. It's the backbone.
What do you guys want to say about Bart while he's gone?
I don't know.
Is,
it's always that. I didn't even listen the other day when
breakfast.
I left early.
Yeah.
Because I was afraid, man. I was afraid.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, we have plenty of fun at each other's expense.
Oh, absolutely.
Makes it part of the fun.
That's why I was just going to let you guys have your fun.
I am really anxious to have David's money go to use for our breakfast.
I know. I mean, what a nice thing to do.
What a great guy.
I mean, that of
What a
all
nice
the
thing.
unexpected things, that would be near the top.
What a nice thing. Patrick Mahomes is 30 years old today. We're going to celebrate. 30. It's only 30. How many more years is Mahomes going to play in the NFL, Edward?
12.
12 more years. 42-year-old Patrick Mahomes.
With modern medicine?
12.
With modern medicine.
Brady went to lose, 45? 44?
Brady is a unicorn.
So
He's
is
an
Mahomes.
enigma. No, that's Aaron Rodgers. That's an enigma. Sorry.
Yeah, how old is Aaron Rodgers?
He's
right
also 40-something. Yeah, there you go. Look it up. AI, Chat, GPT.
He's 41.
He's 41. He will
Just
turn
like-
42 this
just
season.
ask the steel trap
No,
over
I
here.
mean, come
He's
on.
41.
I heard it the other day.
I already
I
know.
made a mental note.
So I asked going to break, which SE. My point is about how difficult it is. And we all forget about other teams trying just as hard or harder. And we're hearing Hunter talk about lane 3, which is, the unsupervised, how much money can you pay somebody to come here lane. That is still going on outside of the rev share and the, quote, regulated NIL that the NCAA has set up. But everybody's trying so hard. And in the South, it means so much that it just means more thing is real. So look at the teams in this league, and who would you say is worse than they were last year?
That's a tough one. I mean, and some of them are teams that, we thought may still be toward the top. I'm not sure Texas is as good right now as they were.
I agree.
It doesn't mean they won't be. It just means they're not today.
A&M, I think, is better.
I think A&M's better. Perhaps.
Tennessee might be better. I'm looking at the teams on Arkansas' schedule.
Yeah, Tennessee might be better. South Carolina is not on the schedule. I'm not sure South Carolina is as good as
I agree.
they were.
Oklahoma's not on the schedule, but I think they're better.
I think they've improved.
Missouri is probably just as good.
I think that quarterback's good. I'm not sure. Yes, I think what you just said is right. They're at least just as good.
Mississippi State is better.
No question.
I don't know that Ole Miss is better. They're still really good. LSU is better. Kentucky, I don't know. We don't play. Arkansas doesn't play them. Georgia, they don't play them. Florida,
I don't think
they don't
Georgia's
play
quite
them.
as good. I don't think Georgia's quite as good. I may be proven wrong on that. I don't think they're quite as good as they've been.
I don't know if there's anybody on Arkansas' schedule in the league that's not better than they were a year ago, besides Texas.
You look at the over-unders on win totals for a lot of those teams that Arkansas plays, like Mississippi State, for example.
Yeah.
I think they'll exceed their over-under. There may be some others too, but
I think we had them at like 3 wins.
The hardest thing to do is to give the other side credit. It's a hard thing to do. When you win or lose, it's always we get all the glory or we take all the blame. And as Barry Switzer used to say, those other guys got scholarship athletes too.
If the roles were
and
reversed.
they got big budgets and great coaches just like everybody else.
If you flip what happened at Ole Miss and Arkansas got the fumble to seal the game, then it's, man, our guys on defense really did a great job because of that fumble. You don't say Ole Miss blew the game, they fumbled on us.
That's right.
It's almost 7 o'clock and the breakfast has arrived. Good morning.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
When something goes wrong, a car wreck, an injury, mounting debt, or getting denied the help you deserve, it's hard to know where to turn.
That's when Cadell Reynolds shows up. This is a team that fights for Arkansans. Personal injury, disability, bankruptcy, they handle it all. And they know how to get results.
You've got enough to deal with. Don't try to figure it out alone.
Call Cadell Reynolds, 866-314-3728, or visit CadellReynolds.com.
Cadell Reynolds, make the right call. Chevy of Fayetteville has over 200 new vehicles on the lot right now. So if you're in the market, now's the time to make a move. That includes the brand new Chevy Traverse, the Chevy Trax, and all the favorites like the Tahoes and Suburban. And for truck lovers, there are Silverados in stock and ready for immediate delivery. So go see Chris, Mark, Denver, and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville. Together, let's drive.
The voice of the Razorbacks is Chuck Barrett, and he chose McDonald Eye Associates for his recent cataract surgery.
I went to McDonald Eyes. I can see in a way I've not seen in a long time. And I'm looking forward to this football season because of that. Your eyes are a big deal. I don't care if you're a sports play-by-play guy or what you do. You have to have trust. My trust was developed because I knew they were listening to me.
For your best vision, trust McDonald Eye. Online and same-day appointments at McDonaldEye.com.
So I spent yesterday, you don't mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
That yell stuff, that yell leader stuff is the weirdest crap I've ever seen. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen another human do.
I'll tell you what's really weird, too, is
Maybe
watching
I'm
them
sheltered.
practice. They practice before the games outside the stadium.
If that was happening out front of Circle K this morning at 5:40 or whatever when you're coming in here and you saw that happen, you would call the authorities.
Every time I see it, I expect people to start drinking Kool-Aid and just falling out. I mean, it is nuts.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Everything changes after a good breakfast. I mean, it really does.
Tell me
Don't you
about
guys feel rejuvenated right now? Every single one of you.
I feel more alive than I felt all
Exactly.
morning long.
That's exactly my
I'm ready
point.
to roll.
David has brought new life to this program.
He's brought joy.
I don't know if
feel
it's going to be
happier.
worth listening
Yeah.
to, but I know that we're going to have a good time because we've had a good hearty breakfast.
Yeah, well, we were talking about the competition level in the league, the competition level across college football, and I was thinking about that as we watched Dabo just melt down yesterday, and I think it's worth hearing again.
It is good. It is good.
And it's just like, this is what it looks like. This is what we all look like, honestly. I can't. I hate to admit the amount of times that I've looked like this in my life in some situation, and I just kind of felt for Dabo, but I've been hearing this coming. Like if you've paid any attention to clips coming out of Clemson, the offseason and all the way to this most recent loss to Georgia Tech, I mean, this has been building. And then Dabo finally had the moment.
If they want me gone, if they tired of winning, they can send me on their way because that's all we've done is win. So if they tired of winning, we've won this league 8 out of the last 10 years. Is that not good? I'm just asking. Is that good? I don't know if that's good or not.
Okay, pause.
What a goofball.
That's part one.
I hate that.
That's part one. Now, part one, okay, of this Dabo, 50 seconds or whatever. That's part one. Does that make him? How does that make him look? Like if you?
It sets a tone. It sets a tone for the remaining 40 seconds.
There's no good coming out of that, right?
Win your league 8 out of 10 years, to go to the playoffs 7 out of 10 years, to be in 4 national championships, win it twice. Yeah, we're a little down right now. Take your shots, but I got a long memory in case y'all don't know. We'll be all right. We'll bounce back. This is a program built to last. Always has been. Always will be. And I would just say if you give up on us if you don't believe in us because we've lost 2 games down to the last straight and we're one, you didn't believe in us anyway. So
who is he talking to?
Anyone who will listen. He's just frustrated. He's just frustrated.
Did
it all boiled over.
Did somebody come to his office and say something? Did his wife call him and say, "I read this on social media"? I mean, who is he responding to?
See, here's the deal. Something like what Dabo just said, that's from the heart. Brian Kelly, that deal with the reporter the other day, orchestrated. This deal right here, from the heart. I mean, Dabo meant every single word that he said right there.
There we go. We'll finish it off.
it don't matter. You wasn't all in anyway. If you're all in, you burn the ships, man. There ain't no exit strategy. Like, you're freaking all in. And hey, listen, I mean, if Clemson's tired of winning, they send me on my way, but I'm gonna go somewhere else and coach. I ain't going to the beach. Hell, I'm 55. I got a long way to go. Y'all gonna have to deal with me for a while. I got a long way to go. I'm just getting going. I'm just now good enough to be a head coach.
Let's deal with the...
Dabo cussed. Dabo never cusses. He said hell.
He's been saying ass and hell.
I'm just telling you.
He's been saying it. They're in the Bible. He said he's fine with that.
Potty mouth.
If it's you, no, he did. He did. He said it's in the Bible.
Did he really
say
that?
No, he has. Yeah.
Oh my God.
He has.
Gosh.
I mean, he said it to me. Like we don't really cuss around here, but like ass and hell.
I'm not passing
that's all.
judgment. I'm not. I just thought it was kind of funny.
Well, there is an image that Dabo projects, and
I think
who
he's
he
sincere
wants to
about
be.
it. I don't think it's just image.
And maybe this is a little out of character, at least publicly. We're not with him privately all the time. So, but from a public standpoint, like that, Dabo's put himself a little bit out of his lane as he would, normally operate. But how about the part 3 of this, the very end there? Forget the part about him just now being, what's the way he said it about being a head coach now? Let's take that.
I'm just getting going. I'm just now good enough to be a head coach.
I'm just now good enough to be a head coach. Let's forget that part. It's really good. It's like we could spend time talking about that. But the threat at the end, how about the threat? But if y'all get rid of me, I'm going to go coach somewhere else. And veiled in there is I'm going to come back and whip your tail.
That's right.
And you're going to wish that I hadn't been gone.
You remember when Dabo was the heir apparent?
This is like relationship stuff.
You remember when he was the heir apparent to Saban? Saban was going to retire. Dabo was going to take over. And, things change. It's amazing. You can be the king one day and you're not the next. And
imagine
that's where he is.
If he had taken the job and he had the same results that Kalen DeBoer has had.
Well, yeah.
And what would be happening at Alabama?
Dabo's old school, and he resisted a lot of the changes 2 or 3 years ago.
The portal stuff.
He was going to die on that hill. And that's, they've kind of relaxed their stance on some things since then, but they're not as good as they've been. When he said a minute ago, we're a little down right now. That's one of the things that stood out for a coach to say that. They're still better than most. He's right about that.
It reminds me of Bart not long ago, probably 6-8 months ago after we started this show, and it wasn't going really well. And I told Bart that he had to step his game up or we were going to get rid of him.
Yeah.
And he threatened to go to the afternoon show and change everything.
Yeah. Well.
So we kept him.
Excuse me?
That's Dabo.
He's too young
He's
to
threatening.
retire.
He's
too young.
You're just now good enough to be a producer.
You are.
Just now.
Now.
I got news. I got news for Dabo.
Today.
If I was 55 and had made millions upon tens of millions of dollars like he had, I would be going to the beach. Like, what are we doing here,
dude? I'm gonna tell you, Bart. These guys, I called you dude.
I know
these guys.
I know they're different
animals. They're so
it's
intoxicated with the chase of the feeling of success.
I know it.
That's part of it. And then part of it is, man, that's what you do. You coach ball. These guys that have made millions and are going around, being a quality control helper on, making $60,000 or whatever a year, which is, that's nothing to sneeze at. Like, a lot of people would like to make $60,000, but when you've made $4 or $5 million a year, you don't really need that job, man. You just want to be in the building. You want to be a part of it.
It's the addiction to the relationships. The head coaches that are really, when they say it's about relationships, the ones that really mean it, they can't let go. They're 70 years old.
The locker room.
They're 70 years old, and they're having to be pushed out the door. The guys that are in it for the money, they're retiring at 55.
Yeah.
The guys that don't have the relationships that, give it lip service, but it really doesn't mean a lot, those are the guys that retire early. The guys that love it, that it's in their blood, they'll do it until the day they die.
Well, most coaches didn't get into it for the money because there wasn't any when you were a grad assistant.
That's right. They've all done it for free. They all started out doing it for free.
All of them. Cecil in Fort Smith. Cecil, by the way, thank you, David and Cersei. That was a great breakfast treat. Rick's Bakery, you paid for it, and we enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Here's Cecil. Good morning, Cecil.
Hey, good morning, fellas. I think Dabo was just embarrassed as a coach. Most definitely spoiled. And if he didn't realize what conference he's in, he's doing great. Because if he was in the SEC, he wouldn't even be making that statement. And, that's just the way it is. You win, you walk, you lose, you walk. And I got one more thing to say. Texas Longhorns, ha, ha, ha. Boy, I tell you, they was blowing them up, blowing the quarterback up. Come on now. They wanted them to be number one, and they ranked them over the whole SEC. Every team in the SEC projected number one. Heisman Trophy winner, and look at them now. So,
yeah.
Hey, what about the guy always calling Chuck and Bo?
By the way, don't lose your thought. But this whole Arch Manning thing, how do you feel about this whole thing, guys, with Arch?
The thing.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. I want to know what you think.
Well, the thing about it is, it's genetics, it's DNA, and that's just the way it is, And it's a family thing, just like LeBron kids, Michael Jordan kids. They were athletes, but they wasn't athletes. LeBron kids are athletes, but they're athletes because they're moving up the ladder. So, you know, when you have a family gene and it's a boy or girl, whatever, if they playing a sport, they want them to be like them. And he's not like that. Right now, he's not like that anyway. I'm not saying he can't be. You know, we got a damn good quarterback. You know, I can cuss y'all. I ain't on radio like y'all, but we got a damn good quarterback.
I'll come back to Arch. I don't want you to lose your thought. Go
Okay.
ahead, what you were about to say.
You were saying, who's the guy?
Who's the guy?
The caller
yeah,
or something.
Yeah, you were saying, who's the caller? Who's the
Oh,
guy?
yeah. What about the guy that always called in from Texas and talked trash about us and how good they was? What happened to him? Did he fall off the cliff?
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah, let me make
Jumped.
sure.
He jumped.
Let me make sure that we know who you're talking about. I think we know.
Man, he used to call. He used to get called.
This guy. That guy. That's the one. The guy from Texas, Brandon Ozark. That's his name. Yeah. We don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, he got lost, man. He got lost in the sauce.
Texas got beat.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, you know I enjoy y'all every day. Y'all have a blessed day.
Thank you, Cecil. It's always good to hear from you. One of the things I was going to say about Arch, I had this thought driving down the road the other day, Chuck. I don't know why, but I was like, if you're the parent, if you're Cooper Manning and Arch is your son, and you say to yourself, like, maybe we send him to, like, Marshall for a year. Like, they walked him right into the epicenter of the spotlight of college football with the biggest budget in college athletics and the biggest fan base and expectation that you could imagine. And it's like heat lamp, like, let's go, like the lights are bright and it's going to be, the seat's going to be hot the moment you get into it.
I think it would have been that way wherever he went.
Well, the competition wouldn't be.
Yeah, but you're not going to tell your kid to go to
grow.
Marshall when he's
Well,
good. I mean,
well,
I get what you're saying.
I mean,
I get what
it can
you're
ruin
saying.
somebody.
I get what you're saying. And,
Is he ready for that?
Well, nobody's ready for that.
I don't know. I'm not suggesting
Nobody's
they did
ready
something
for
wrong.
that.
I just had the thought.
No, I
wonder
get
if
what
they
you're
considered
saying.
something like that.
I get what you're saying. But it was inevitable. I mean, look, you've got Peyton and Eli, and I know he's Cooper's son, but, I mean, he's got the Manning name. He's Archie's grandson. It's in his blood. But there's no way he could live up to those expectations. He's a human being. I think about, like, how, everyone, these valuations that kids have with NIL now. Arch is worth, $4 million a year, $5 million a year. It's like, what are you talking about?
How about, yeah. They've also set themselves up with that Warby. What's the Warby Parker? What's the glasses? Am I saying it right?
Warby Parker.
Yeah, and they've got a glasses commercial, and I'm like, oh, he starts throwing picks, and people are going to be like, those glasses aren't working very well.
Yeah. But
they're national commercials airing during the game.
We lose sight of the fact that fans only care about one scoreboard. They don't care what your budget is if you're a department. They don't care about what your NIL valuation is if you're a player. All they care about is that scoreboard down there in the end zone. And nothing else matters. And I'm not even saying it should. If you're a fan that goes to the games and you're paying out the wazoo to go and, the scoreboard at the end of the field at the end of the day doesn't go your way, I mean, you're going to be upset. That's just how it works. And part of it, again, with Archie was just unavoidable. Arch or whatever it is. It was just unavoidable because he's a Manning. And as you say, he went to Texas and he's in the SEC. And we live in a media age where we build them up to tear them down. And it was just completely unavoidable, I think.
877-377-6963. We'll hear from the Memphis coach, some Pittman stuff. Mike Washington did a hog pod with him yesterday. He had some interesting things to say coming out of the Ole Miss loss. How are these guys reacting to the Ole Miss loss? We'll get into where Arkansas is at this point in the season. Hey, wherever you are at this point in life, you're probably marking some sort of occasion, celebrating something. Blakeman's is all about helping you do that, not just about jewelry and what can you get and what looks great. There's all of that. But then there's like, hey, get something that means something. Mark the occasion. Somebody graduated. There's an anniversary to celebrate. You're never going to be disappointed when you leave with that purple bag that's undefeated for a good day at Blakeman's. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. More than jewelry, it's your story.
Bo.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
Some moments just call for something unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you don't just buy a diamond. You create an unforgettable experience. Their newly remodeled space is stunning with Cafe B right inside and their in-house diamond expert that'll help you find the perfect piece every time. That's just part of the Blakeman's experience. When you see the purple bag, you know it's something special. It always saves the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
Are your gutters ready for fall? Leaves are coming, and that means it's time to protect your home. At Hogtroff Gutters, they install high-quality leaf guards that actually work. Don't waste money on the cheap guards from big box stores that clog up, and don't get stuck paying triple the price with those big national companies. With Hogtroff, you get the best of both worlds. Professional installation, premium aluminum, and stainless steel guards, as well as a 20-year warranty. Give them a call today to schedule your free inspection, or visit hoggutters.com.
There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You hear that? You hear that?
Back to Safe Sports Radio.
That's special.
and I include myself in this, we like to think we know what we're talking about, but sometimes we do miss the mark. I mean, sometimes we do.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Happy birthday to DVH, Coach Dave Van Horn, the legendary Dave Van Horn, the GOAT, the guy that has given Arkansas fans dreams and hopes that on a more consistent basis than you could ever really imagine.
Yeah, I'm always amazed when we have Razorback Club events where all the coaches are there and they get introduced. Dave always gets the loudest round of applause.
It's
louder
true.
than the football coach, louder than Cal, louder than all of them. He always gets the largest ovation.
There's something about Coach Van Horn. How old is he today?
65.
65. Coach, congratulations. He wears
he
it
can
well.
start drawing without penalty now. Yeah. All right.
Speaking of guys who it's just in their blood to coach. One of the things that you got to love about Dave Van Horn is he went to school here. He was at Nebraska doing great things. He came back and never wanted, this was his dream to be the Razorback coach and to do what he's done. And there's something to me that seems a little extra special about that. I think people appreciate that too. A guy that understands Arkansas.
All Dave would have ever had to do was just let it get out there. I might leave Arkansas. He would have become the highest paid coach in college baseball
question.
Instantly. It would have been
never been about that.
That's right. It's never been about that. But he's never given that inkling. I've said this before. When he was in Nebraska and they came down here, it was just understood at Nebraska, really more than it was understood at Arkansas, that when Norm retired, that Dave would be the coach here and that he would come to Arkansas. Because I can remember their baseball SID asking me, point blank, hey, how long do you think it's going to be before DVH comes back down here? And, if you'd ask the average Arkansas baseball fan then who's going to be the next head coach, I don't know that it would have been a unanimous Dave Van Horn because, it was still kind of baseball was in its infancy, as far as Baum Stadium goes. But up there, they knew because he never really made it a secret, that this was where he wanted to be.
Well, we're lucky to have him.
Oh, yeah.
And continues to, just be a top 10 perennial program. And when you look at programs that win year in and year out, most of them are not places where you don't have warm weather most of the year, and he was, I think, one of the first to really make that happen. And the facilities that have been built and all those things that he have been because of his leadership and drive and frankly winning.
Our baseball program has been a prime example of what happens when everyone's on the same page. Norm DeBryan retires. His protege, who I can tell you, until the game became such a power game, you could close your eyes and they managed a game almost identically. And, there was a transition there, but Norm went out and raised the money. He went out and raised the money. If you want to get right down to it, he raised the money to allow Dave to do a lot of things that they wouldn't raise the money to allow him to do, if you really want to be honest about it. And everyone was on the same page. Coach Broyles wanted to win. Coach Broyles wanted to win. And he watched Dave, and I was there when he watched Dave, and he was impressed by Dave. And when Norm tells the story about going in and retiring, and the first thing Coach Broyles said was, do you think we can get Van Horn? I believe that. I believe that's probably about the way it went down.
Yeah.
And I know he was his choice, but everybody's been on the same page. And I'm not saying that there haven't been times when Dave's been frustrated and, sometimes the answer's no and it doesn't turn into a yes soon enough. And I get all that. But for the most part, everybody's been on the same page there. And that's a big part of the reason they've been so good.
Well, we talk about this a lot, and that is a great example of it going right. I don't think it's gone particularly right at times in basketball or football. When you think about the way the Nolan era ended, difficult way to end an era and for things to continue to go smoothly. And so there was a real rocky period for quite a while. And then football, We talked about the games coming out of Little Rock when it was, 3 games down there. And I mentioned yesterday that might have been what kind of started the whole thing of the state not really being aligned in what was best for football. Maybe we got past that. But then the way the Houston Nutt era ended, like the thing I think about when you talk about baseball just now and Norm DeBryan and Van Horn, are people putting other things ahead of their own interest for the good of the program? Like Norm was always about the good of the program. I mean, what if he had some attitude that it had to be about him? And like we see this all the time with coaches and athletic directors. And everybody wants to make their own mark, be their own thing, do whatever. But that's such a good point, a great example of what it looks like when it's not that way and when it's done from the perspective of what's best for the program.
Well, Coach DeBryan and Coach Van Horn, I mean, they're Razorbacks for life. And, Coach Broyles, who obviously made the decisions when Dave was hired, he was a Razorback for life. And, it's a different business now. People, you climb now. There are climbers that go from school to school. And I'm not being critical. That's kind of the way it works now. But yeah, personal agendas and the overall agenda get mixed up sometimes.
We don't talk about it enough, what you said a second ago. Dave Van Horn could be making so much more money right now. All he had to do ever was hold their feet to the fire. But you know what he's done? Any money he's gotten or wanted to get or push for has been about his assistants and being able to get guys what they should have. And then the facilities or the recruiting budget or the things that make the program better. But he could be making $2 million more a year right now. He could be making more than Tony Vitello. We're going to say no to him.
Hey, there was a time, I'll be honest, there was a time I thought one of these days Texas A&M is just going to decide they want Dave Van Horn, and we're not going to be able to stop it because they're going to offer him so much money. That was my fear for probably, 5-6 years. It's been 15, 20 years ago. But before they hired Childress and they went with the co-head coaches thing down there that didn't really work, I thought they're going to come get him. They're going to come get him. They're going to offer him half the state of Texas, and he's going to have to go.
Nelson's in Harrison. Nelson, fire away, man. Good morning.
Hey, guys. Good morning. I tell you what, it's been an interesting week, let's say. Our football team is noticeably better. I mean, people wringing their hands about Arkansas State, and we do what we're supposed to do with Arkansas State. Then Iowa State goes in and plays Arkansas State. And if we would have played that game against Arkansas State and it ended up that way with us, it wouldn't be nothing. Everybody would be up in orange. Well, now we went to Ole Miss, and you said it earlier, Bo. There was a pick play. That first kick, we should have got a first down. That guy jumped on top of his guy's back. They need to throw the flag, and if they go back and review it, whatever. You can't let something like that slide as an official. And, guys, this deal, what you guys just were talking about is really to the point. People want to talk about Yurchek, what he said, what Sam Pittman does wrong. I'm going to tell you something. These guys didn't play for the Razorbacks like Van Horn and them, but I guarantee you Hunter Yurchek and Sam Pittman have this program, what's best for this program, in their mind every day. Sam Pittman don't want no credit. Sam Pittman, if he was a credit, give me the credit guy, he would have never brought Bobby Petrino in here. He would have never had Barry Odom as you don't hire head coaches as your coordinators if you got that in your DNA to be like, I'm getting the credit.
That's right.
I'm getting the credit. I called that play. I called that play. So, it ain't like that with these guys. These guys are Razorbacks. They're not Razorbacks that play for the Razorbacks and now like Dave Van Horn and them guys, and I love them dudes, man, but I'm going to tell you something about this fan base. All this going on about what Hunter Yurchek said, when he said the truth, he said, we are not set up to win a national championship, but we are set up to compete with Ole Miss, which is the darling of the league, and they haven't won anything but a few extra games. Lane Kiffin, get to the playoff. Make it somewhere. Win a conference title. We're sitting here talking about Lane Kiffin like, oh, this guy's just the greatest thing since sliced bread. No, he ain't. He's won a few extra games. And guess what? Ole Miss has put all their eggs in his basket. Every one of them in Lane Kiffin's basket. If he had what Sam Pittman had to deal with, he would not be like the great Lane Kiffin over there doing the stupid stuff. The coach should not be over there doing this, putting the sword in the sleeve, all that. Pump your guys up, but don't be acting like a brat kid over there. So, guys, love the show. Love you. You guys are as dialed in, other than Phil Elson and Matt Jones. And Matt Jones is separated a little bit from the university, but I know you guys are dialed in. I know you guys get to see it on an inside level we don't see. So I love what you guys bring to the state of Arkansas, and go Hawks.
You're right, Chuck. You're right. You're right.
You're not wrong, Chuck.
Because
that's
we don't
all
want
I wanted to hear. That's really all I wanted to hear.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
WT Equipment is overstocked on new Bobcat equipment. The lots are packed and ready to move with special fall deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built for any job. Take your pick from compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more, all backed by WT Equipment's trusted service and support. And don't forget, WT Equipment's Fall on the Lot community event is Saturday, October 4th from 12 to 4 p.m. Food, games, prizes, and family fun only at WT Equipment.
Chevy of Fayetteville has over 200 new vehicles on the lot right now. So if you're in the market, now's the time to make a move. That includes the brand new Chevy Traverse, the Chevy Trax, and all the favorites like the Tahoes and Suburbans. And for truck lovers, there are Silverados in stock and ready for immediate delivery. So go see Chris, Mark, Denver, and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville. Together, let's drive.
You know what else makes you an Arkansas Razorback fan? Going to the University of Arkansas. How about playing football for the team?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You need to run that tape back for me because that didn't happen. Don't come at me with that crap.
Don't come at me.
Yeah.
Not up in here.
Yeah. You must have your shows mixed up. That didn't happen here, pal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Ryan Silverfield is the head coach at Memphis. How long has he been there, Bart? It's been 5 years, longer. He went right. He was the guy on staff with Norvell, right? Has it been that long? I don't know if it's been that long.
I mean, well, he's been the head coach since 2020. Like this is year 6. Yeah.
The same year Pittman took the job at Arkansas.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the Memphis head coach.
He's
talking about Taylon Green.
He's a fantastic player. I mean, I think anybody that watches his film, especially this year, you'll sit there and say, "Wow, that's probably a Heisman candidate quarterback." The numbers he's putting up, they're almost video game-like numbers. He's very talented. He's their leading rusher. He's the leading passer. They've had 3 straight games of 500 yards of offense. I think they're 11 of 11 in red zone for touchdowns. He's been very dynamic. He's got great touch on the football. He commands their offense. He understands what Coach Petrino's asking, and so he can do it all. I wish I didn't have to say that, but we're going to have our hands full, but we're excited to prepare for him and get ready for him on Saturday.
I hate to even go here because we're 3 games in. There's a lot of season left, but it doesn't matter, I guess. Like, do we understand what you have? Do you understand what you have in Taylon Green? And I know the first game it doesn't go well, or there's an untimely interception that costs you a game or whatever. Look, those things happen. They happen with Hall of Famers. They happen with Pro Bowlers. But do you understand? Like, do we appreciate what you're watching right now with Taylon Green? I don't know if we fully have gotten like an understanding of what you're getting to. I mean, this is as fun as I can remember the quarterback position looking. Maybe next to Mallett and Matt Jones. Matt Jones for different reasons. In a way that
he's got some of both in him. I mean, he can. I'm not saying he can throw it like Mallett, but he can change the game with his legs.
He doesn't lack anything throwing the ball.
Well, statistically speaking,
of arm strength.
Statistically speaking, when it's over, he's going to be top 5 all time at Arkansas. Statistically, maybe even better than that. Than you say top 3, maybe top 2. Some of them he's going to hold the record. People equate all-time status with winning games. And outside of basketball analogy, arguably Joe Johnson, most successful basketball Razorback in our program's history. When you combine college, NBA, all the things that he's done in the game, Hall of Famer. But Arkansas was not winning at the clip than that they had been before, that they are now. And so when you talk about all-timers, his name doesn't come up. It should, but it doesn't. And, with Taylon, if they win, like if this season, if they end up winning more than they lose, having a good year, 8-9 wins, and win the bowl game, and everybody's happy the way they were a few years ago, he'll get those kinds of accolades. If they don't, unfortunately, he will not. And that's unfair because you're right. There are some things he does that make me believe that as his game becomes more polished, he's going to be a pro. If you had said to me when he walked on campus and I watched his first game, that guy's going to be a pro, I said, I don't know. Now you look at him and he does pro things. And when you look at the pro game now, he fits much better than he did maybe 5 or 10 years ago. So I think his best football is still in front of him.
We're brought to you in part by First Security Bank, the official bank of the Chuck and Bo Show, helping Arkansans bank better every day. It starts with more convenient locations. But then you've got local people helping Arkansas folks all over the state of Arkansas. They're all in on local support and convenient locations, community support. Friendly local banking, that's how you bank better. First Security Bank, member FDIC. By the way, fsbank.com to check them out online. 743. If you want to get in here, it's 877-377-6963. Don't forget, you can listen via YouTube. You can watch via YouTube at Chuck and Bo Show on demand or live. And you can always catch the show in podcast form at Chuck and Bo Show, wherever you get podcasts.
Yeah, what's your point?
You want my point?
Yes, I asked for it. Make it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
It's stunning to hear every 20 minutes a child is diagnosed with a critical illness. But we can help. Grant life-changing wishes with Waiters for Wishes and the Razorback men's basketball team. It's Tuesday, September 30th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Walk-Ons in Fayetteville. This private ticketed event lets you take photos, get autographs, challenge your favorite hog to a Pop-A-Shot, and bid on silent auction items, all benefiting Make-A-Wish Mid-South. Tables are limited and going fast, so reserve yours today at midsouth.wish.org.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Razorback Raffle is back. This raffle is a new and exciting way to support Razorback athletics, whether you're inside Razorback Stadium or calling the Hogs anywhere in the great state of Arkansas. Our inaugural raffle jackpots grew to nearly $500,000 last spring. Now you can be our next big winner, even if you're not in the stadium. Get your raffle ticket purchased to have a chance to win big right now at RazorbackRaffle.com.
When something goes wrong, a car wreck, an injury, mounting debt, or getting denied the help you deserve, it's hard to know where to turn.
That's when Cadell Reynolds shows up. This is a team that fights for Arkansans. Personal injury, disability, bankruptcy, they handle it all. And they know how to get results.
You've got enough to deal with. Don't try to figure it out alone.
Call Cadell Reynolds, 866-314-3728, or visit CadellReynolds.com.
Cadell Reynolds. Make the right call.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com. When is the last time you thought, oh, the SEC's making an announcement today, and it's going to be good for the Hogs?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
am not a planner, and that's the problem.
How does that, this may be a little personal, sorry. How does that work in married life if you're not a planner?
Well, evidently not well.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Teamwork Roofing and Construction, Chuck. I want to tell
They're
you,
planners.
listen, they get it done right. They plan it, and they show up, and they do it, and they do exactly what they say they're going to do. And here's the thing about roofing that I didn't know anything about roofing, but I've learned this from our guys at Teamwork. You know, you can get a roof just like you can get a house built, and it doesn't have the materials that last. Their competitive pricing still gives you better materials and more sustainability when it comes to your roof getting done. And their certified crews can do hard jobs. Like, not everybody can work on a certain slope and these creative houses that are built now, residential or commercial, metal roofs as well. McElroy metal roofing, where just like the Malarkey shingles, it's built to last longer. The paint they are going to put on the metal is going to last longer. It's built to last. It's quality, durable. That's what Teamwork Roofing's about. And then the people you deal with, from start to finish, you're going to be glad you're dealing with them because they communicate as well as possible at the highest level. They're going to show up when they say, leave when they say they're going to be done. The job site's going to be clean, look great, and come in on time and on budget. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. TeamworkBuilt.com is the website. TeamworkBuilt.com. Powered by, or built with quality, powered by Teamwork. 877-377-6963. They've also got great poncho work shirts that I had on yesterday.
It was a very nice one.
Did you see?
With the pearl buttons. The faux pearl,
yeah,
I'm sure.
Yes,
But,
snap.
Yeah,
the snaps. The pearl
buttons.
snaps.
Yeah.
I'm going to wear that out sometime.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those poncho shirts are in. I see guys wearing them.
You know who'd wear that?
Who?
Clay.
Yeah, Clay's a big poncho
When's
shirt
Clay
guy.
coming back on the show?
I don't know.
Clay's on another excursion right now.
All he does is travel.
He to Colorado.
He goes out there and
Montana.
fishes and, communes with nature.
Yeah, he does. He really does.
He
And
does.
then He does. And nature listens to him. And his
Clay's
stories.
like an old hippie now. I mean, he just like travels around. He shaves when it's convenient. Grows his hair out. Goes to Colorado.
He's always got a fishing shirt on.
Yeah, I mean, he's got that. Yeah.
The pocket space in those poncho shirts, man.
You could hide a lot.
There's a lot. Yeah.
I mean, you can.
I was thinking more for travel purposes.
Well, I was thinking,
Hey,
we're on a different page there.
I had a chance to catch up with Mike Washington yesterday, and I asked him about just the aftermath of losing a difficult game to Ole Miss, what it was like for him, what it was like in the locker room.
It's hard, because I'm a competitor, and, I truly feel as though, we shouldn't have lost that game. I truly feel as though we are a playoff team, and I truly feel as though we can compete to, win a national championship. So that loss, it stung. It stung. I didn't talk to anybody after the game, like family, not the team, but, outside of the team, I didn't talk to anybody. It took a couple days for me to really, get back into, okay, next week, we have Memphis. Let's learn from our mistakes, not let that game affect the rest of the season. But that game stung.
He said, I 100% believe we should have won that game, and I 100% believe that we're a college football playoff contender.
As much as we hurt and as frustrated as we are after a loss, it doesn't even approach what those guys feel. Those who've been around it after a game, grieving's that doesn't even come close to describing what it's like. They are crushed. Losing sucks, man. There's nothing worse.
I continue to be pleasantly surprised. When you have the portal, it's hard to get a bunch of character guys that come together. These guys seem to really like each other, play for each other. That doesn't mean that you don't have to be talented and all that covers everything up, but it gives you a chance to come together as a team. And in football, that matters as much as any other sport. You've got to play for each other.
You have to have it, but you also have to have guys who can play. And the thing that I think they did better than they did the year before, maybe the year before that, however long the portal's been around, I think they did a good job this year of identifying who can actually play. Who can we bring in who can play? And I've said this before. I don't know that many of us knew who Omega Blake was. I didn't. I'll be honest.
Other than what we read about him coming here.
But my point is, until then, we didn't know anything about him.
Mike Washington?
We didn't even know who he was. I didn't know who Mike Washington was until he became a Razorback. None of us did. they identified guys who can play. They didn't just identify guys in the portal who are out there and who are available and who we can afford. They went out and I think did some pretty efficient shopping, just to be honest.
Very specifically, like Corey Robinson from Georgia Tech at left tackle, Caden Kittler center.
There wasn't one point last year where I thought, man, I sure wish they could get that left tackle from Georgia Tech. But I don't know where they'd be right now without it. So, I mean, they did a good job in that area.
I was just thinking, too, I forgot about this, that Teamwork poncho shirt. You can roll some cigarettes up in the sleeve.
That's my favorite part, yeah.
If you get a pack of smokes.
Marlboro
Anybody
Reds.
got a pack of smokes, I'm going to try it.
Can't
You
say
know,
that I do.
you with a... You're gonna want some smokes at Big Creek Tuesday next week.
Be
You're
pulling
gonna,
John Daly.
Yeah, Bart's gonna light up for the first time on the back nine. How am I gonna finish this
Ripping a
off?
dart,
and break 90?
baby.
How am I gonna do it, guys? When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like Walk-Ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this. There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit GoPaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal price check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
We were 0-5. They put us all in the coffin. They just didn't put the nails in.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Have you guys, by the way, have you ever been on the Tilly Willie Bridge?
I have, yes. How does Tom Hart know about the Tilly Willie Bridge?
Yeah, so the game ended, the final game of the series ended last week, and I just wanted to decompress, roll down my windows, listen to some Fowler Childers, drive around, and I saw the Tilly Willie Bridge on a map, and I went, man, that's where I'm going. I'm going to go check out Tilly Willie Bridge. And I got there, and wouldn't you know, it's just a bridge.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
Driving my son to school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Bo Show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
It's 8:02, and the weather today is going to be a bit warm again. Highs continue to be in the low 90s.
Is it going to rain?
Sunny with highs in the low 90s.
Yeah,
that's my
does
weather.
that mean no?
That's my weather update.
Okay.
That's what I have today. We were checking the forecast, by the way, on September 23rd.
30% chance.
Tuesday of next week. 30% chance of rain today.
Next Tuesday?
Yeah, it's like a 24% chance of rain in Mountain Home.
Yeah.
And Bart, I just want you to know to pack the rain gear because you're playing rain or shine, buddy. Only lightning is going to take this down. And I mean, it's 90. It's breaking 90, breaking Bart. First episode, Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. We'll be doing the show 6 to 9 there Tuesday, September 23rd. And we really look forward to it.
I've got an idea. Natural State Golf Trail.
Yeah.
Tourism.
Bring it back.
Bart, breaking 90. Extravaganza. I think it could all come together.
Brandon Marcello's here to talk college football, but we're going to do that.
Yeah,
we would make it all come together. Brandon, good morning. CBS Sports, but now on television.
The Blazer.
With that CBS Blazer.
Man, you look good in that, Brandon.
Yeah, it's going to have to go to dry cleaning. I sweat through it, man. I sweat through 2 shirts.
Oh, yeah.
And I sweat through the Blazer. It's about 100 degrees on the field Saturday in Springfield. It was, boy.
You'll go through some white shirts, man. You'll go through some white shirts.
You and Bruce Pearl. Hey, Bruce Pearl, like next time you talk to Bruce Pearl, just ask him for tips.
Yeah, just throw it away.
We've seen him sweat right through full suits.
Don't spend a fortune on the white shirt. Just throw it away when it's over.
I mean, you got to be comfortable, though. I mean, you're down there. You just got to try to figure it out.
I understand.
It's hot.
It's
hot.
But
Drink
you
a lot
did
of water.
great, man.
Yeah.
You did great, Brandon.
Good job.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
All right, we got to get your opinion. A guy from Arkansas, started his career here, has gone on to big national things, now lives here again in the backyard of the University of Arkansas. And you saw Hunter's comments at the Touchdown Club about not financially being set up to win a national championship in football right now. What was your reaction to that?
He's telling the truth. I know everybody's upset, but he's telling you the truth. Hunter Yurachek, I've never heard him once just straight up lie about something. The guy's just going to tell you the blunt, bald-faced truth with everything. And I think Arkansas fans, big-time boosters, need to take it as a challenge in a lot of ways of trying to find other ways to support football, to put them in a better position. Hunter, in a lot of ways, I believe, of course, is lining things out of here's what's legal, here's what we can do. But, there are other things you can do to help support the program. My question is, if there were those other ways, we probably would have seen them already. I do find it interesting that everybody criticizes Hunter Yurachek as if he can just dip into the pockets of someone and go, hey, give me all your money. I mean, if it was there, it would be at Arkansas right now at this very moment. And so I've been hearing a lot of comments about there being a third lane, and there certainly is. You're seeing some programs utilize that. For example, Texas Tech this offseason leading into the House settlement. And there are ways to do that. And he lined that out pretty clearly to me the other day during his comments. And, Arkansas will enter that third lane of some sort once it becomes clear that they're able to and can do so within the new structures of the College Sports Commission. But I'll say this. What Hunter said is, again, completely truthful, but it's also not a dour picture for Arkansas. Anybody that was sitting there in their right mind thinking, yes, the Razorbacks, the way they're set up today, can compete for a national championship, you're out of your mind. You are. When was Arkansas been in a position to win a national championship in the last decade anyway, even before NIL? I know people out there want to sit there and go, lie to me and tell me that we can win a national championship. What kind of leadership would that be? Why are we saying Hunter Yurachek now needs to lie to you? That's ridiculous. I think in a lot of ways he's lining things out to you, but he's also probably challenging the fan base and the boosters out there of, hey, when the time comes and maybe we use this third lane, we utilize it. And to be quite honest, people are almost equating this to, you know, the days of Chad Morris where it was left lane, hammer down. It's not that lane. We're talking about a different lane here where Arkansas can get into and maneuver.
Lie to me needs to be a new segment. Lie to me.
What I mean, this third lane sounds pretty interesting. What's going on out there in that third lane? I mean, when people use that term, I mean, what are they talking about?
Well, they're talking about NIL, and from the perspective of, you know, illegitimate NIL. And let's face it, most of NIL for the last 3 to 4 years has been illegitimate because it's a pay-for-play situation. You're not seeing, I mean, how many players have we seen out there doing regional or national commercials?
Well, you're being overpaid for what, you know.
Exactly.
I mean, just grossly overpaid.
Frankly, we don't even really see any commercials at all.
Yeah. I mean,
like a post on Instagram, maybe.
Being paid to go to a school, you know. And
yeah. I mean, and the equivalent of doing an Instagram post or anything like that for what they're being paid is grossly overpaid, as Chuck just mentioned. So there hasn't been a true like return on investment type of payment system with NIL in quite some time for most players. And what you're seeing now at the College Sports Commission and their monthly reports they started releasing last month is that a lot of these deals are getting hung up in the system now. Now that there's legitimate policing of these things. And I think that the days of there being that quote-unquote third lane are probably a little bit more congested, so to speak. It's not just, you know, you can't just pass everybody by because they are holding up some of these deals. And some of them have been declined, these big dollar deals that don't have legitimate business attached to them. So I think in a lot of ways the CSC is already starting to level the playing field. And maybe Hunter Yurachek, the one fault I would give him is that he maybe could have lined that out a little bit more clearly in his comments because he made it sound like that there's no real rules or anything in place right now. But we're already seeing the early effects of this. This last month and a half, there have been a lot of deals, guys, that have been turned down or are held up in the system because these investigators are going, yeah, this doesn't seem like it's above board. And that's going to continue, and I think that's going to help level things out quite a bit.
How does the NCAA handle just the sheer volume of the number of NIL deals? Yeah, they're flagging some now, and I'm with you. I think that's good.
They can't keep up.
But they're going to be overwhelmed. It would just seem to me like just the sheer volume of cases would overwhelm them.
And just to interject, like, Brandon, people were cheating before we had this. I mean, there's just no way that people aren't out doing whatever now. And I don't know that the NCAA can keep up with enforcing it, just like they can't keep up with the deals.
Yeah. Well, first off, let's be clear. The NCAA doesn't handle this anymore. It's the new College Sports
Fair
Commission.
enough. Yeah. Fair enough. You're right.
You're
right.
You're also exactly right that the staff's not very big. In fact, just a month ago, they only had like 4 full-time staff members. And the leader.
But they've had some long
Better
days.
call Saul.
Wow.
What?
And the leader of it, who's a very, very smart guy and has been involved with Major League Baseball, you know, he was even having to be involved in helping look at these deals. You know, the boss is having to go out there and dig in the trenches. But they're hiring more people. The staff is going to get larger. The good news here to me is that the NCAA is not involved. Number one, so that's good. Two, it's still a small staff, so they're going to have to look at hundreds of deals, and it takes a while for some of them. Now, having said that, a lot of deals have gone through this system and been approved within minutes. They've got a pretty good system in place. They just need more manpower, and they're going to get there. They're going to spend the money on it. But also remember, the power conferences are in charge of this, right? They're the ones overseeing the CSC. So we'll see how they might, tweak things in the future and all that. But I think this new CSC is set up to be much more successful as a policing agency than the NCAA ever was.
Brandon Marcello, CBS Sports, covering college football with us here on the Chuck and Bo Show. It's 8:12. Brandon, I don't know if you got to watch the entire Arkansas game. You were working at other games over the weekend. But if you did take in at least some of it, do you have a perspective on, what you expect to see from Arkansas the rest of the way this year? I mean, they certainly seem like a better team than last year. They've obviously got some things to address on defense, but it also feels like maybe they can score with about anybody.
Yeah, I agree with that, all those points. The one issue, though, is because of the defense, it's like, any person. If you're walking around and you break your right leg and you put all that weight on your left leg, I mean, it's just not going to look right. And there's a lot of pressure now on the offense to carry this team, and at some point they're going to trip and fall. And you put enough stress on that, it's going to fail. And it failed at OU with that one fumble. And it's unfortunate and everything, but at some point, if you're counting on one unit to carry you, you're going to have a mistake or you're going to have a letdown. That happens in every facet of sport. It's very difficult to just go out there and go, hey, we're going to outscore this opponent every week. Defense be damned. They've got to improve defensively, and I think, as I've said on the show in the past, there were some concerns defensively, especially the depth at linebacker along the defensive line. But that ends up affecting everything on that defense. So they've got to improve. I'm not certain, though, how much better this defense can get, just because you've got the hand you were dealt. You have the players you have. You can't go in free agency and go get different guys. But I think this game is a perfect example of what they might face when they go against very, very, very good to great teams in the SEC. Taylon Green, goodness gracious, to put up the yardage he did, 300-plus yards passing, 100 yards rushing, and still lose, that's got to be, it's got to hit you hard mentally as a player, but also it's got to give you some confidence of, if the defense could just play a little bit better, we could win some big games here down the stretch. So Arkansas is going to be very fascinating to watch down the rest of the year here.
You said something that reminded me that UCLA and Virginia Tech just fired their coaches. And with that comes a 30-day transfer portal window for those players to get in. Can they go to a school right now and play?
They cannot. They cannot play. They could leave and enroll somewhere, which is actually interesting because UCLA hasn't even started classes yet. So, but they can't play this season. So any hopes out there of Madden Maliava coming back to Arkansas and playing this season?
I was thinking maybe defensive guys.
Maybe I was thinking both of them. Who knows?
Can we get the family back?
Yeah. Hey, Brandon, when you wear a blazer, you get assignments now. And I noticed one of your assignments this weekend is Oklahoma and Auburn. Both those teams, are they a little better than maybe some thought they might be? What do you think?
Oklahoma's really great. I saw them in person a couple of weeks ago. John Mateer is electric at quarterback. He could do it with his feet, he could do it with his arm. The one weakness I see with him is that he loves to throw a flat ball, and by that I mean there's really not a lot of that rainbow art to it when he's going downfield. And that led to 3 tipped passes in that game against Michigan, 1 interception. he's going to get himself in trouble with some of those deep throws this year. So just keep an eye on that. But otherwise, that guy's electric. He's got the second best odds to win the Heisman Trophy now in Las Vegas, and I think it's legit. Their defense is really darn good. You figured that would be the case under Brent Venables. But offensively, they're just night and day from what they were last year. Auburn, I'm still kind of waiting to see, right? They beat Baylor in their season opener, but they can't really throw the ball effectively. And that surprises me because they had arguably a top 5 receiving core in the country coming into this year with Cam Coleman and Eric Singleton coming over from Georgia Tech. But Jackson Arnold's just not been a great passer throughout his career so far at Oklahoma and now at Auburn. But they've got the weapons, and they've got the offensive line, and they certainly can run the ball effectively. This will be a fun game to watch and to cover, but I really think OU is going to end up winning that one.
I know you heard Dabo's comments yesterday. We'll get you out of here with this. My man feels like he's losing it.
He's been like that. Listen, he's done this last 3 years, I think.
It's been coming, yeah.
And I've been there for 2 of them, actually, in person. So I'm sad I missed this one. Listen, he probably realizes that they're probably just not going to be the Clemson of what they were, right? But winning 10 games and maybe winning an ACC title every 3 years, shouldn't that be good enough? And I think that's kind of what he's saying to everybody, right? But he doesn't want to say, hey, we're probably not going to win a national championship again. I mean, if he did that, he'd be Hunter Yurachek, right? Everybody be mad at him. But that's the truth for Clemson, guys. I mean, they might win an ACC title still. I doubt it this year because I really like Miami and Florida State. But winning an ACC championship game every couple of years should be good enough for Clemson fans. I just think Dabo just needs to probably tamp it down a little bit and not have these explosions. He has one every year. And it's gonna get old on the fans and the boosters there, and it'll wear thin with them. He just needs to chill out with that stuff and just go out there and win ball games, which he will. They got a very good team still, and they'll be in the ACC championship mix. But having said that, I really think Miami is the class of the ACC, and Florida State, we'll see the next couple of weeks, but I think Florida State might be better than Clemson as well.
Yeah, I saw you had Gus on your podcast. Was that you and your wife, that podcast you're doing? That you had?
That was Alyssa actually on there, and my wife was in the background talking to Gus at one point during it, talking about, what was it? What was she mentioning? We were joking around about something, and it got Gus laughing. But
he was asking you if you were going to root for him, and you said,
yeah.
And you said, no, I mean, I'm objective. I can't do that. And maybe if you guys beat Alabama, and then they did. So I think you're going to have to cover the Noles like the rest of the way.
Well, I'll be down there October 4th for Miami and Florida State and Tallahassee. And listen, you know Gus very well. I'm friends with him. I love Gus. I even told him on the podcast. We didn't put it out there, but I told Gus, I go, man, I love you. He's always treated me well. We're connected forever for the coverage I had of him, but also we've had some great personal conversations over the years, and he means a lot to me.
Yeah,
he's a good person.
Yeah.
He's a good person.
There you go. Brandon Marcello, bringing it all back here, home to Springdale. Just from the glory days. Hey, thanks so much, man. We love doing it. Proud of your success for you, and keep it going. We'll do it again soon.
All right. See you guys.
Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you. Right. Appreciate it. There's another Arkansas guy doing big things.
Happy for Brandon.
Yeah, and he's doing a great job.
He really is. He's
Brandon
good.
Marcello,
Very
CBS
good.
Sports, CBSSports.com. It's 8:20. Good morning, the Chuck and Bo Show.
Chuck, you've been around a while, and look, I don't mean that ugly, and Bo, you've been around not as long as Chuck.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Some moments just call for something unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you don't just buy a diamond. You create an unforgettable experience. Their newly remodeled space is stunning with Cafe B right inside and their in-house diamond expert that'll help you find the perfect piece every time. That's just part of the Blakeman's experience. When you see the purple bag, you know it's something special. It always saves the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
The voice of the Razorbacks is Chuck Barrett, and he chose McDonald Eye Associates for his recent cataract surgery.
I went to McDonald Eyes. I can see in a way I've not seen in a long time. And I'm looking forward to this football season because of that. Your eyes are a big deal. I don't care if you're a sports play-by-play guy or what you do. You have to have trust. My trust was developed because I knew they were listening to me.
For your best vision, trust McDonald Eye. Online and same-day appointments at McDonaldEye.com.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com. Today's been it's been a strange day.
Yeah, we've had some struggles here and there. Let's just be blunt. Can we be blunt?
Well, it's 50-50 at best.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Everybody wants to win. When you, as a fan or a person or whoever, make everything about winning, you're saying that only winning is acceptable. And I guarantee you, you don't win every single day.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, before we go back to the phones here, I want to go back to something Brandon said a minute ago about John Mateer in Oklahoma having like the second best Heisman odds right now. If Arkansas had won that game Saturday night, and I know they didn't, but if they'd completed that drive and scored and won the game, it would be Taylon Green with the second best Heisman odds right now. I've watched John Mateer play a couple of times. I wouldn't trade Taylon Green for him. Not in a New York minute. I mean, I wouldn't even consider it.
Or anybody else.
But the fact that he's being mentioned as a Heisman Trophy winner, it goes back to the point that, we've talked about before. You have to win games. You have to win games to be considered for those. And that's why, from an individual standpoint, the fact that you didn't win that game hurts him. if he has a monster game, and it'll take a monster game, but if he has a monster game against Notre Dame, assuming Arkansas beats Memphis, monster game, you beat Notre Dame, he's in the discussion. But it just goes to show you that you have a couple of weeks in a row where you play really well as a quarterback, all of a sudden you're a Heisman contender.
Yeah, and every time, once he gets in that conversation, if that happens, every time Arkansas is in a fourth quarter game, it's going to be about Kentalen,
Heisman
bring him
moment.
back. Yeah, it'll be all that. So he's going to have a lot of opportunities potentially. But I would say he's already having monster games. He leads the
that's
SEC
fair.
in total
That's
offense,
fair.
the country in total offense. He's third in the league in rushing. And
Just rushing.
And he's what?
11th nationally. Just rushing.
And he's thrown 11 touchdown passes.
And his odds to win the Heisman are
60-1.
I wonder what they'd be if Arkansas was 3-0 right now.
Probably
20.
No, I think they'd be. Man, I don't think they'd be much higher than they are now.
Really?
Yeah.
By the way, if you like to play
Disrespect, Chuck,
on the weekends like Bart does, which by the way, Bart 40-8, okay, 40-8 in the first 3 weeks of the
gotta
SEC
let a player
composite
play,
schedule.
man. You gotta
If he played the money line and went 40-8 on all those games, that's what people have been asking me about. Does he do that? And I'm like, oh, unfortunately, I don't think he does. Actually, fortunately, because he'd not be with us anymore. He would have moved on. But listen,
Mr.
more and more
Vegas.
people are talking about Bart's picks and
It
locks.
is.
Talking
It's
about
taking
pressure.
on a life of its own.
It's taking on Oaklawn Sports. Download the app. New players get $1,000 in bonus bets right after you get signed up. Just download the app. Oaklawn Sports. Bet with the brand you trust. Arkansas's best sports betting app, Oaklawn Sports.
we're gonna lock some things up tomorrow. We're gonna have locks tomorrow, a Thursday edition of the locks.
And Friday or
No, just it's gonna be Thursday
You can't
this
wait.
week.
Oh, you're not going to be
I'm
here
not gonna
on
be here
Friday.
on Friday. Yeah.
Forgot about that. What are we going to do?
I don't know.
Besides make fun of you for 3 hours.
You know, Bart's in the running for most interesting man in the world right
Yeah.
now. I mean, the gambling exploits,
Yes.
the golf.
Yes.
It's
That's
he
gonna be-
is
yeah, he
he's
is.
living the dream.
He
I mean,
is.
he really is.
He really,
We
really
live
is.
vicariously through Bart.
You know what people, a lot of people,
I don't know if that's good or bad for you, Chip.
are you one of these guys that play all the prop bets on the NFL? Like, I know so many people that are, they parlay prop bets, like
Yeah.
3 or 4 guys to do certain things.
Every once in a while. Every once in a while.
I mean, it's a big thing now, Chuck. You should try it.
You mean like somebody's going to get 100 yards?
Yeah,
or they're gonna,
like pick a running back.
you know,
goes
over under
Those are the guys that
5.5
get in trouble.
receptions.
Anytime you have some kind of gambling deal, there's some player involved in it. It's always on one of these
always
deals.
one of the
It's
prop bets.
always one of those prop bets. Steps out of bounds, the whole deal.
Yeah, that's where things get testy.
Yeah.
Sterling at Center Ridge. Good morning.
Hey guys, I'm gonna set the pump off here.
Sterling's at work.
I guess, guys. I mean, I understand what you're saying that everybody knows it, but I guess my question is, we're not equipped.
You talking about what Hunter
Why
said?
aren't we equipped? Yes. Why aren't we equipped? What can we do to get equipped? And what measures are you taking to get us equipped? And your estimated opinion, how long it's going to take to get there? All we heard was we're not equipped, and people start counting up the years how long you've been there. It wasn't like that the NIL snuck up on anybody.
Well, let me try to answer that. Let me answer that because I think we can. When you're in a setting like that, you got a chance for follow-up questions, and they could have asked those and whatever. But he's speaking, thinking people understand this. Financially, our budget, like the University of Arkansas's athletic budget's $180 million compared to $300 at other places. But there's a whole bunch of other schools that are ahead of Arkansas, for starters. So financially, our state hasn't afforded. It's not that they don't understand NIL, and I'm not saying they couldn't execute it better or this couldn't be done better or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's about who's willing to pay the freight. And in the South, in the deep South, forever, before it was even legal, people were willing to pay the freight. That has not been the case at Arkansas. Now, that doesn't mean you can't have a great season, win games, and compete and all that. But when you're comparing that to the 8 to 10 teams that compete for the national championship, like legitimately have a chance to win a national championship, like Chuck said on Monday, that's not breaking news. Arkansas is not one of those 8 to 10 teams. It doesn't mean a miracle can't happen. But the reality of college football is there are 8 to 10 teams, and they're the same teams that have a chance to actually win the national championship. Not make the playoff, win it all.
So I guess what I'm saying is, okay.
I mean, that's just the
why
truth.
They need to say it. Yeah, yes.
But we already know that. We already know that, and we walk around acting like we don't know it.
I mean, I guess. But see, I mean, I didn't see the whole thing from start to finish of how it even came up. But I didn't. I mean, what was the need to even say it in the first place? I mean, who's on the program to win the national championship? You know, most people out here want to win 8, 9 games, like for this season in particular.
I hear you.
Nobody expects this team to win a national championship.
I hear you, but I think if you're Hunter, okay, you're looking at your athletic department and you're looking at everything you have to navigate, and part of your job is to try to tell people the state of the union. And the state of the union is, from his perspective, look, we've done a really good job. We've won in all these sports. We're competing at a high level across the board. And I know people want us to be better at football. And let me be real with you. Here are the challenges. I mean, I can't really fault that. If you want to say he's not doing a good job, that's a different discussion. But on that comment, I can't fault that. That is the state of the union.
But it just seems to be hard to improve from this point after you make a statement like that. When you go to hire a head coach or on the recruiting trail, it seems like that would be used against you.
Well, any head coach coming in here, any head coach that's willing to take the job, and that's why some haven't in the past, it's not because of what the AD said. They're going to do their own research, and they're going to ask the AD, what are my resources to work with? And basketball became a little bit different because you've got a Hall of Fame coach, and it's not the same animal. It's a much bigger process in football. But with Cal having the friendship with Tyson and getting way more resources than Eric Musselman even had here when he came here. I mean, that's a bit of a unicorn experience. Like, that's just not that doesn't happen. You know, we got to hit a break.
Doug McMillan
those
have
are
any
great
football
questions.
coach friends? I mean, guys.
Well, that's the thing. We all look at guys like Doug McMillan and John. Hey,
I'm joking.
Hey, man, can you just give us some of your money so we can all be happier? More to come in a moment. Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Hey guys. You're having a great show today.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
Particularly in the South, I'm not sure there's a title that carries more weight than coach. Maybe preacher.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Boy, it was one of the great non-marriage times of my life, I'll tell you that. To meet Chuck Berry, the only thing that's even close to is meeting Bo.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, let's hit the phones again. Sterling with a great question.
He was.
Hated to cut him
Good.
short. We're
Yeah.
running out of time. Brent and Cersei. Brent, good morning.
Brent, what's up?
Good morning, Chuck and Bo. How are you
Oh,
guys?
great, buddy. Hope you are, man.
Yes, sir. First of all, I want to apologize to you guys about my call yesterday. I'm sorry if I ruffled any feathers yesterday. With
Brian
the call.
Kelly apology?
No, I mean that. I mean it sincere, Bo.
Oh,
I
you don't need to apologize.
Well, you sound sincere.
I was coming straight from the heart as a Razorback fan. You know that.
Oh, yeah. There's never any need for an apology here, Brent. We'll leave that to us.
If anybody's going to be apologizing, it's going to be us.
Well, thank you. Now I want to talk about this game coming up Saturday in Memphis. Are you there?
Yes,
Talk away.
This is going to be gut check time for the Razorbacks Saturday. How do we bounce back from a heartbreaking defeat at Ole Miss? We've got to play hard for 40 minutes for 60 minutes.
A whole hour. 60 minutes.
A
Chin
whole
strap.
hour.
2 chin straps, Brent.
Two chin straps tight.
Yeah.
And
take it serious.
I think we can win this game, but we've got to be able to dominate the offensive line of scrimmage like we did Saturday, because Memphis is good on the defensive front, and we need to play a heck of a lot better on our defensive line, and we cannot lose contain of that quarterback at any time. And we need to force turnovers. We have not had too many turnovers this year. And what's y'all's thoughts on that?
Do you think they're going to do it?
I hope. If you don't have hope, you don't have anything.
Well, I mean,
right?
what I'm saying is, are you concerned they're not going to do that?
I've got a little bit of concern after last Saturday night. Yes, sir.
I don't. I think they're going to go in and they're going to roll. I'll be surprised if they don't. If they don't come out and play hard and play well, I'll be surprised.
Well, I think they'll play hard, and I think
I
they'll play
watched
well.
Memphis play. This isn't even they're maybe a little bit better than Arkansas State. That doesn't mean Arkansas can't go and lay an egg and whatever. But I mean, this game, Arkansas should win this game about as handily as they won the game against A-State.
Okay, well, I like that, Bo. I agree with you. And tell Bart I said hello. For real.
There it is. Another olive
We
branch.
will. Yeah.
Hey, Bart. Brent says hello.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brent.
Thanks, Edward.
Thank you, Brent.
Thank you, Brent. Bart, are you going to Sam Pittman Live tonight? See Chuck?
Oh, I don't know that that's going to happen.
He's never been before.
You know,
so
I might do a little daddy-daughter date night tonight
Really?
and just
Okay.
bring Lennox.
Sounds great.
Well, after you get, and then you can take her to school tomorrow.
Okay. Sounds
this
good.
is Chuck.
That's right. Let
He'll
me
be
introduce
in
you
the
to
driveway
guy.
tomorrow
Yeah,
at 8:15.
That's right.
And we're gonna switch roles tomorrow, and I'm gonna do the last hour, and Chuck's gonna take you to school.
And we're gonna have
Uncle Chuck.
We're gonna have Lennox mic'd up the entire time.
We'll have a hidden GoPro.
This guy's really weird. This guy's so
She'll
weird.
be like, "Have a good day," and she just kind of looks at you like you're weird and rolls her eyes and like
whatever.
gets out.
Yeah, whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have a good day,
Get the full on treatment. Hey, What to Watch is brought to you by Macadoodles. Bart, we don't have anything except Sam Pittman Live tonight.
If you're talking about tonight, that's right. I mean, there's
nothing on TV tonight. No games. I'm telling you, that's a problem.
There's no game. We're getting there.
What was it? You said
I see an opportunity.
October 8th.
Yeah.
October 8th.
I see an opportunity there. We got this is a chance to get somebody's game somewhere on television.
I agree.
Like why don't we get that going?
I agree.
ESPN.
I agree. Like Gardner Webb at Ohio. Like we could play that game. We could play that game tonight. And we don't have to wait till Saturday for Gardner Webb.
Play it
in
right
Ohio.
now.
Yeah.
Call him up.
Murray State at
let's do it.
Jacksonville State. We don't need that to wait till Saturday for that one. Like, let's go ahead and play that one.
So what will you guys watch tonight?
I've been watching the show The Pit on HBO.
A big Emmy winner.
Yeah,
from what I understand.
best drama at the Emmy. At the Emmys, really good so far. I'm 3 episodes in, really enjoying it.
The Charlie Sheen documentary, I think it's a 2-part series. I really can't recommend it in good conscience, but you can't turn away from it either.
You didn't know anybody lived like that, did you?
It's like,
well,
it's kind of hard to turn away from. It's like, you're watching NASCAR waiting for the wrecks. I mean, it's just, What to Watch is brought to you by Macadoodles. It's Wine Down Wednesday at Macadoodles. That's 15% off every bottle of wine in the store, even if it's already on sale. They got the greatest selection of beer, wine, and spirits you're going to find anywhere, competitive pricing across the board, but it's their customer service that is unparalleled. I mean, you walk in and you're going to get helped right away. And if you don't want any help, they'll leave you alone. But people like me go in there looking for something. I save me 15 minutes from having to figure out where it is. And then they're just, box it up, walk it out to the car. You're all set. And you always leave with a smile on your face because you're dealing with good people. Macadoodle's just north of the state line in Bella Vista. And Guess Who in Bentonville, 15% off every bottle of wine in the store every Wednesday. It's Wine Down Wednesday. 846. What do you have?
I was just going to give you quickly some games to actually watch.
Okay. To plan for.
Yeah.
To plan ahead.
We do have a Thursday night game, college football game. Rice is at Charlotte. Rice, a fun watch this year.
Is that where the
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Rice runs like a modified spread triple option offense. It's actually really fun to watch. I've seen a bunch of highlights on Twitter. Tulsa's at Oklahoma State on Friday. That's at 6:30.
Brandon Marcello assigned to that. Thank you, Bart, for that information, by the way.
And then obviously 11 a.m. Saturday, Arkansas is at Memphis. You've got Texas Tech at Utah, also at 11 a.m. And then there's a bunch of crap pretty much the rest of the day.
Really? We don't have good games at night on Saturday?
You've got Auburn at OU at 2:30 on ABC. The ABC night game is Florida at Miami. The NBC night game is Illinois at Indiana. That's kind of
there'll be some chirping there.
I'll be watching that game.
I will be too. But I mean that's it.
Okay, I'm looking for Bielema and Signetti to have a little bit of a standoff on Saturday night.
Bo.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
It's stunning to hear every 20 minutes a child is diagnosed with a critical illness. But we can help. Grant life-changing wishes with Waiters for Wishes and the Razorback men's basketball team. It's Tuesday, September 30th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Walk-Ons in Fayetteville. This private ticketed event lets you take photos, get autographs, challenge your favorite hog to a Pop-A-Shot, and bid on silent auction items, all benefiting Make-A-Wish Mid-South. Tables are limited and going fast, so reserve yours today at midsouth.wish.org.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit GoPaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal Price Check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
Football season's here, and Flight by Yuengling is the light beer built for game days. Tastes like a Yuengling, but it's a light beer, and only 95 calories. Flight raises the bar for what a light beer should be, and now it comes in a 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle and skinny cans. Perfect for tailgates, watch parties, or just kicking back after the game. Pick it up at your favorite store or ask your bartender. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
When something goes wrong, a car wreck, an injury, mounting debt, or getting denied the help you deserve, it's hard to know where to turn.
That's when Cadell Reynolds shows up. This is a team that fights for Arkansans. Personal injury, disability, bankruptcy, they handle it all. And they know how to get results.
You've got enough to deal with. Don't try to figure it out alone.
Call Cadell Reynolds, 866-314-3728, or visit CadellReynolds.com.
Cadell Reynolds, make the right call.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Are your gutters ready for fall? Leaves are coming, and that means it's time to protect your home. At Hogtroff Gutters, they install high-quality leaf guards that actually work. Don't waste money on the cheap guards from big box stores that clog up, and don't get stuck paying triple the price with those big national companies. With Hogtroff, you get the best of both worlds: professional installation, premium aluminum, and stainless steel guards, as well as a 20-year warranty. Give them a call today to schedule your free inspection, or visit hoggutters.com.
So I spent yesterday, you mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You got to match Chuck Barrett's intensity. I mean, when the guy's in the booth, he's a different kind of cat.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, we got to get to Arthur. We're running out of time. Arthur, fire away, my man. How we doing today?
Yeah, good. Just a couple of things. I think on the field goal kicker, you ain't got nothing to worry about. That Ole Miss had this Bevo-looking dude who just is pretty much a designated field goal blocker. And on the first field goal attempt, he leveraged himself, and that was a missed call. But I said that's going to happen at Ole Miss, and he had to go to the left. In the second field goal, once again, that guy is just like right there. And if you look at it, he goes right to the left-hand side, to that guy's right-hand side. And after that, they went straight. But also, I think these kids, they're gonna figure this defense stuff out, and they're gonna start picking people up, and they're gonna be an asset to themselves, to their family, to the state, and to society as a whole. I'm telling you, brother, That's where we're at. So you guys have a good day, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Hey, man, you sound healthy and,
Yeah,
and
you
good
sound
and
alive.
responsible today. It's just good to hear your voice. Thank you. We need to hear from you on the regular.
Thank you, Arthur.
All right, Arthur. Have a great day, man.
Yep.
Keep it between the lines.
He's been up a couple of hours, wide awake, ready to hit the.
I mean, he sounds healthy.
He's been integrated back into society.
He sounds healthy.
Things are going well.
On September 17th, 2025, I think that is.
He's one of the success stories.
He is. He is one of the. That's a great way to say it. Maybe we ought to start doing that. In addition to the Hog Pod, we'll tell those stories. Why not? It is National Monte Cristo Day.
I do like a good Monte Cristo.
And Citizenship Day. I like a good citizen.
I'm going to be a good citizen today.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
Citizenship Day.
I'm going to be a good citizen today.
Well, for all of us, root for Chuck
Have
Barrett
a citizenship day.
Been live tonight.
Yeah.
Enjoy your citizenship. Good day. I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home.
The Razorback Raffle is back. This raffle is a new and exciting way to support Razorback athletics, whether you're inside Razorback Stadium or calling the Hogs anywhere in the great state of Arkansas. Our inaugural raffle jackpots grew to nearly $500,000 last spring. Now you can be our next big winner, even if you're not in the stadium. Get your raffle ticket purchased to have a chance to win big